So the question is this unbreakable? Because my youngest has gone through 3 controllers now. Is there a child-proof controller? Can I have that?
1 second, he's trying to get the screen ready.
Yeah, we're back.
Oh, there it is. Nice.
Because I have literally just a week and a half ago had to buy a new freaking controller.
I like they're making it all customizable, replace buttons and everything like that. And profile.
Maybe you can actually fix it then.
Right, yeah.
When it's broken.
Bluetooth connectivity, like it.
Okay, I think it's a good move for Xbox. Making you know, various different kinds of controllers. I think that's a good move. Because Sony's only got one. Then you got to go out and buy a scuff one. Like if you want a different.
Oh, they're actually going to show Dying Light 2. This is
my father saved my life.
They're showing this as Square as well.
Forget who I am, where I come from.
Okay, that is Troy
in this
Baker.
Place, nobody even wants to know my name. Getting attached is deadly.
That is totally him.
Because when darkness comes, I might be gone. The virus tore society apart, but I won't let it turn me into an animal. Staying alive became the essence of our existence, yet life must be more than just survival. Every day, the disease tries to crush us and make us forget who we are, but I keep fighting.
Yeah, this is Dying Light 2, chat.
My name is Aiden, and I am infected.
Another 2020 spring game.
Wow.
World premiere.
It's already stacking up. Like I'm already getting anxious about too many games next year.
Forza Horizon.
Woo!
There were no racing games really on the that I'd seen lately. It gives that to be one more.
So this game's already out.
Yeah, I think they've got some new expansions coming out though.
Here's your expansion, Legos.
That is kind of cool. So you can drive your Lego cars. That was really fun.
So you can have a real car and a Lego car on the same track?
Okay, that's
awesome.
pretty cool.
That is pretty cool. We know some kids who did this. Matchbox cars, Legos. I did. All the stuff. 13.
That's pretty awesome. That's a sweet.
Yeah.
Please welcome Ralph Fulton.
That is a Lego car right there.
It is. That just makes me just like.
Combine McLaren's passion for design with about 500,000 of Lego's legendary bricks. You get this incredible life-size Lego Speed Champions McLaren
Is
Senna.
this guy Irish?
Combine the beauty
All race announcers
and
are.
freedom of Horizon with the playful fun of Lego. You get the Forza Horizon 4 LEGO Speed Champions expansion. You will drive this Senna and more LEGO Speed Champions cars in an entirely new world, packed with inventive new challenges, new areas to explore, and loads of bricks to smash. The Forza Horizon 4 LEGO Speed Champions expansion launches this week. I'll see you there.
Nice.
Gears Pop game.
Yeah. Like kittens.
Okay, sorry, I did just laugh at that.
Also, a mobile game.
That's a little bit. This is like zombie sort of got like the graphic style.
I like the pop things. Those are pretty cool.
Expansion for State of Gate 2.
My nephews have really gotten into this.
I actually bought this game and never
My
played
mission. Find the father I never knew.
My mission, find a hero I've never met. He hasn't radioed in days.
He hasn't been seen since the outbreak.
The last time I heard his voice,
So I
The
wonder
last
what
place he was
determines your
seen.
which path you take.
Was in Trumbull Valley.
Maybe that's how you start off, maybe?
I've only heard whispers
I've only heard legend.
of unseen horrors.
Ew.
Here, we are the many.
I gotta agree
Here,
on
we
that.
can become stronger.
For so long, I was just surviving.
Now people are counting on me.
This is where my story could end.
This is where my story could begin.
I thought we had
Yeah.
seen
It's neat. You
everything.
can actually set up bases through some of the NPCs
We
you
ain't
say.
seen nothing yet.
Kind of the Division-ish.
Yeah,
Or at least two anyway.
very much so. Yeah. And then you take those NPCs with you, with your other friends and stuff. You meet up and do co-op stuff. It's kind of really neat. And you can actually lose NPCs. If they die, they die.
Yep.
World premiere.
Did we see when that's coming out, or did it not say?
It's
Like I said. Tron? No.
online RPG. Final Fantasy? Looks very Final Fantasy.
Ooh,
So
crossplay.
what's a big MMO in Japan that we don't have here?
I thought there was a few.
I was gonna say there's probably a ton of them. But we just don't know the names. Any RPGs like that are huge over there. Oh, ooh, Mech
I mean, is it
Prime.
like chat says Fantasy Star Online maybe?
Okay,
Free to
this
play?
just kills me. The music to me just does not fit what we're watching here.
Yeah, it fits perfectly with anime,
It's
though.
very Japanese anime, but it just like this is half like down.
Look at the outfits, of course. See those outfits, at least?
They're gonna be crossroads.
Of course. Look at the space though. Wow.
Oh,
Chat called it.
V2.
Good job.
Good job, Chat. Chat knows all.
Those of you who have played Phantasy Star know that this game had influenced many of the most popular games today. So with great delight, we welcome Sega back to our stage and Phantasy Star back on Xbox.
Are we going to see somebody from Sega talking about
As
it?
we
or no?
said, our goal on Team Xbox is to bring you the world's best games. Meeting with developers, playing their games, and introducing you to their games, these are the best parts of my job. Back at E3 2017, when I first met with the creators of this next game, they shared their ambition to bring their massively popular game with its passionate
in the
community of
back, doing the whole
650
Xbox
million
X.
PC players to the entire world. I'm happy to announce our partnership with the legendary team at Smilegate. Their approach to game design demonstrates sheer creative boldness. Next year, you'll discover the newest entry in this landmark franchise. On console, for the very first time, only on Xbox. This is Crossfire X.
I want to say I've
World
heard this. This is
premiere.
really big
Heard the name.
overseas. Yeah.
Where's Smilegate out of?
I couldn't tell you.
I want to say either China or Japan or South Korea.
Probably Korea. I like the Korea. Wow.
Interesting.
Impressive
Look
graphics.
at those freaking graphics. Amazing.
Looks like almost the same graphics for the what's that air combat one?
Flight sim.
The
Seven,
flight
yeah.
simulator.
Wow. That's good looking.
First to console and Xbox One 2020. Which just popped up anyway. This looks a little Division-ish. Just saying. Especially with those shadow people. Did they say this is an RPG or what?
I thought they said it was an
I don't think
MMO.
It feels very kind of like XCOM, only with like realistic graphics. I mean, I don't...
Oh come on, they can't hold the breath that long.
They can in a video game, JT.
I think we got to do some more research on that.
Yeah. It looks amazing, but how much is that is actual gameplay and
Yeah, what is it? Like, it's
I
a
don't know.
console. It's coming to console though, which I think is great. They
First
need
to
to bring
console.
more frickin'
World
MMO
premiere.
or online or cooperative games to console.
Mankind Namco. Is this a Final Fantasy?
It looks like it. I heard
Yeah.
there was going to be a Final Fantasy VII
Fantasy.
remake was going to be done during E3.
Could
so I
this
don't
be Final Fantasy 16, the new one?
new one?
know. I don't know.
Or is this the MMO?
Looks Final Fantasy-ish though.
Yeah.
Very much so. Where's Novi? You can tell us exactly.
Straight up.
What?
That's where I always keep my sword.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm not sure what this is. Oh, Tale of Air. Okay. Actually, funny enough, Novik was telling me about this last night.
Oh, really? Looks good.
Where's Novik? He needs to be in chat telling us stuff.
I know, we need with the anime hookup. I mean...
And now switching to our anime correspondent.
Finding.
Oh, yeah, really. He needs to come up there live chat. Okay, now let me tell y'all what's going on.
Go on.
Come on, Novik. Missed opportunity.
This will be Borderlands.
There are 6 sirens in the universe. I used to be one of them. My name is Lilith. And I need you.
You're still a siren. How could you be used to be one of them? I always play siren, but I'm telling you what, I'm not down with the whole melee one. So I don't know.
Ooh, I like that.
Ooh, pet. I'm always down with the pet class.
Nah, this
Billions of guns.
Yeah, this is Borderlands. Looter shooter. Lot of loot.
Yeah, this game's gonna be a lot of fun.
And raunchy humor and funny. There's just not enough funny games anymore.
Children of the Vault is a psycho cult. 10 billion followers demand we join or die. We've got another proposal for them.
Gotta remember, chat, this came out before before Overwatch did.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or it was before Team Fortress 2, correct?
Yeah, I think so.
Every looter shooter basically is either based off of this or Diablo, and this game was based off Diablo. So
Yep, Borderlands is like one of the originals.
Is
Yeah.
the granddad of.
Yep. 913.
And in my opinion, it really did it well. There really hasn't been another game that's come since. Doesn't as.
Oh, Borderlands 3, you can change your ship around. In Jedi Fallen Order, you can actually customize some part of your ship. Oh, it's off the game.
Yeah. They're releasing a new DLC for Borderlands 2. To lead you into Borderlands 3. Woo. You have to have the Handsome collection to be able to play it. See, I don't have the Handsome collection.
World
on PC.
premiere.
My son has it.
Well, it's coming on Game Pass for PC.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I could do that.
You can get that for $9.99.
And I've had 50 million times to buy it. I'm like, I got it on PlayStation. My kids, I'll play it.
All right, what is this?
Miyazaki.
Oh.
Joey, this is the Elden Ring.
This is that George R. Martin game.
Yeah, the Elden Ring or whatever.
Yeah.
Here we go, chat.
Okay, that's an arm.
A lot of
I doubt
They've
you
got their
could
hand in an
even
arm.
imagine it. That which commanded the stars, giving life its fullest brilliance.
Okay, remind me that I have something to say about this. Can we really talk?
Oh,
Yep.
Elden Ring
I'm taking notes.
shattered by someone.
Very much reminds me of Secrets of Dumbledore.
Don't tell me you don't see it. Look up at the sky. It burns.
So we knew the name already. Got
Yeah.
leaked.
That looks amazing. That is totally my jam. It just depends on what the gameplay is like.
It's actually the real ending of Game of Thrones. You have to play the game.
Developed by From Software.
Yep.
Yep.
And if it's Dark Souls like combat, I'm
Please
out.
welcome back Phil Spencer.
I'll be really upset if that's the case.
From multinational studios to one-person passion projects, thousands of Xbox games are in development for you right now. Just today, we showed you 60 games. We are now experiencing an unmatched expansion of creativity on Xbox. Gaming for you means connecting all of these creators to all of you. Last fall, we announced our ambition to empower everyone, everywhere to play by bringing Xbox to the cloud. We will do this in 2 ways, through Project xCloud and through console streaming. 2 months ago, we connected all Xbox developers to Project xCloud. Today, we invite those of you here at E3 for our first public hands-on of Project xCloud.
Nice.
To experience the freedom to play right here at the show. And you'll have 2 ways to stream. There's a new platform feature, console streaming. It turns your Xbox One into your own personal and free xCloud server.
Wow.
Wow.
Whether you're using a console in our data center or your console at home, this October, you'll be able to use our hybrid gaming cloud to play your games wherever you go.
Nice.
Where you play is now entirely your choice. You decide. So let's talk about our next console.
There we go, Scarlet.
Here we go.
For us, the console is vital and central to our experience. We heard you. A console should be designed and built and optimized for one thing and one thing only, gaming. So the same team that created the world's most powerful console, Xbox One X, and innovated its groundbreaking processor and the Elite controller, the same team that engineered the world-class compatibility of today's Xbox One consoles, the same team that set the bar for live gaming services with Xbox Live, this same team set out on a new mission: to create the future of gaming for you.
When we think about the future of
Here we
gaming,
go.
it's not just PC, it's not just console, it's not just mobile. It's really all of the above.
Xbox is all about choice. We're investing in technology all throughout the game stack.
The games you want with the people you want on the devices that you want.
And for us, that starts with our next generation console.
We don't want to build just another console. We truly want it to be transformative.
More immersion,
Wow,
more
dude,
exploration,
you go, man.
more detail.
On the
How do we
Beard
make
Award.
it easier for people to get into the game, to stay in the game?
One of the things that gamers and developers are incredibly excited about is reducing load times.
I'm an RPG gamer, and so like loading screens are a thing.
You're sitting there in the fake elevator because you know that the game's loading in the background. This is just an elevator ride forever.
That's our goal with gaming, is that you don't have those pauses.
This generation is going to be a bigger leap than any generation we've done before.
At the heart of our next generation console is our custom design processor, leveraging the latest Zen 2 and Navi technology from our partners at AMD. From a pure processing perspective,
many teraflops?
this is 4 times more powerful than the Xbox One X. We're leveraging high bandwidth GDDR6 to ensure that we're getting the best performance possible.
It's
Oh,
going
no,
to
now you
usher
got
in
DDR6,
resolution and
so
frame
yeah.
rates that we've never seen before. Like, never seen before.
We're looking at frame rates up to 120 frames per second.
8K capability.
How about 60?
variable
Can we get that?
refresh rate.
Next
Yeah.
gen ray tracing. It's real time because it's hardware accelerated for the first time ever.
Ray tracing,
What
by the
I'm
way.
personally most excited about is the
Oh
SSD.
yeah, was that on the
We've
daily?
created a new generation of SSDs. We're actually using the SSD as virtual RAM.
We're seeing more than 40 times performance increases over the current generation.
The combination of the SoC and the solid-state drive are really what gives you a totally new experience.
Now we can take all of that power and apply it back into
Yes,
the
but can you
scene, so we
replace
can
your own
actually
SSD?
generate more life in that world and bring
Why
it to the
take
gamer
that
in a
crap in
seamless
and-
way.
So that then you're fully experiencing what the game developer wants you to experience.
When you can move through worlds without waiting for screens to load, that speed, that performance is what the next generation is about.
This is the most immersive console experience ever.
What we really want to do is give developers the power to build the game they've always envisioned.
We have hundreds of people across both our first-party studios as well as our third-party studios working on those next-generation experiences today.
There's an amazing commitment to content at Xbox Game Studios. There's 13 studios, 7 in the last year. That's a big family.
At 343, for us, it's always
what did it say?
about
Halo what?
more seamless worlds with
Halo
the next
book.
generation. We
There was
can
a
bring
name
the
though.
world
It started
to
with a
life
T.
in a way we've never
like
experienced Halo
Titans
before.
or something.
We're delivering 4
see
generations
it. Oh,
of
here you
content
go.
better than
Halo.
you've ever seen them
Halo's
before.
closing it up.
This console is especially awesome for Game Pass members. With the faster load times, you're going to be able to experience all the games within just a snap of your fingers.
We're giving gamers the option to connect across devices and across platforms in a way that we never were able to before.
This isn't just a console launch. This is about the future of gaming.
Your games, your achievements, your progression, your accessories, your console gaming experience with Xbox, it all comes forward with Scarlet.
Wonder if that's gonna be the official name. No, probably not.
Yeah.
It's projects.
It eats
and
monsters
not.
for breakfast.
It's
Oh,
next year.
next year,
This
next holiday.
is Project Scarlet, the most powerful and highest
Bad,
performing
man. People
console
aren't gonna
we've
buy
ever
crap
designed.
between now and then.
Built for creators to
Unless it's
unleash
gonna be
their
backward
boldest
compatible.
creative visions,
It should be.
and optimized for players to enjoy the ultimate gaming experience on a console anywhere. Immersive experiences begin at the very heart of the console, at the silicon level itself. Together with our partners at AMD, we have co-engineered and custom designed a state-of-the-art processor for Project Scarlet. Power you could see defined previous generations. Power and performance you can see and feel defines Project Scarlet. When we talk about freedom to play, when we talk about Xbox in the cloud, when we talk about streaming your games, Project Scarlet and all of its power and all of its performance is the foundation of our future in console and the formation of our future in cloud. We launched Xbox 18 years ago with a game reviewers called the definitive reason to own an Xbox.
Halo.
Well, because humanity was and is worth saving, next holiday, we will launch Project Scarlet with Halo.
Figured that was gonna happen.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Full screen, please. Full screen, please.
Game engine footage. Nice.
See, we actually get a face instead of you in their suit being asked to, like, make sure all the systems work.
33. Pressure building, lines 4. Protocol accepted. Breach detected.
You know you're not supposed to do that?
Daddy's listening. Can you say hi? Hi. And how big are you? How big are you? Can you tell Daddy how big you are? Are you so big? So big. And can you sing? Good singing. How about I miss you? Miss you. And I love you. I love you. I love you, Daddy. I love you, Daddy. And I can't wait to see you. Can you say see you? See you. Good, and bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Okay, we're getting depressing. Right off the bat.
Yeah, it's crying. In that tear, man, that's pretty good graphic with it.
Signal detected. Tag designated. This is UNSC Pelican Echo 216. Can you hear me? This is UNS.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
He's fine. That's how he naps.
Fine. A little spacewalk. Relieve stress.
Looks like the main power cells are fried. Armor shut down. Triggering survival mode. I'm going to try to override it.
That lighting is awesome.
Okay. If you can hear me in there, I hope you're ready. Please don't die. Please. Don't die.
And this is what I was expecting right here. Right here.
Yes! 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 We're going home! Oh, welcome back, Chief. I rerouted what little power I had into your suit. Looks like there's a problem with the servos in your hands. Stay calm. You've been out there a while. I know I saw something in here to check your armor's diagnostics. Whoa, easy there, big guy. You're not...
Status report.
Status report? What? There's something you need to see, Chief. We lost. Lost everything.
No.
There's nothing left for us here. I don't think we're here is. No. Not then. Not again. We need to run.
No. We need to fight.
No, we don't run.
Get ready.
Master Chief, I'm not running. Holiday 2020.
Holiday 2020.
Next year's gonna be insane.
Wow. Oh, wow. Look at that.
Gorgeous.
I chose you because you were special.
Cortana.
I knew we would be perfect together. And I was right.
Oh, that's a horrible place to stop it right there.
I know, right?
Come on.
And we're into the montage. So Sea of Thieves.
They had a major update.
No Fable.
Yeah, no Fable.
Again.
It must be. I can only imagine it must be too far out for them to actually say something about it. I don't know why they would announce a Fable game.
Do they have one more card up their sleeve?
I doubt it.
Usually when they do this montage, they don't.
Okay, that's it.
That's it.
Wow. Briefing video on demand will be available shortly. There you go, guys. If you want to watch it again, it'll be up, it looks like, on here.
Pretty good, I'd have to say.
Pretty
What do you guys
good.
think?
Really good. I would
That was
say
really
that's
good.
the one to beat so far. I mean, we still have Bethesda, which Bethesda does a pretty good show, and Ubisoft does a pretty good show. So,
Yep.
Microsoft had to bring it this year. I mean, they bought all those studios, didn't show very much last year, and I think they really brought it this year. I mean, ton of games. What were you, like 4 games in before Spencer came out, Phil even came out?
hmm I do have to say, though, just the one caveat, it was really good, but how many of those games from their newly acquired studios were they working on prior to being bought by
Sounds like more than what we thought.
More than what I thought, yeah.
Yeah, so
Which is probably why they got bought.
I mean, to me, that's great. I mean, it's great that they have all these studios now affiliated with them. It'll be interesting to see, though, whether that investment pays off or not after being part of Xbox.
Right.
So,
Yep.
just something to think about.
Outer Worlds, I'm so hyped for that game. That looks so good. That's what Fallout 76 should have been, I think, but it looks
Corporate
so
tag
good.
rifle.
I love. I don't like Fallout, but the only game that I actually own is New Vegas.
Vegas.
So if it's anything like New Vegas, I'm ready. Bring the ha-has.
Yep. So as we were doing that, I was making a list of all the main games that were talked about. So we can go ahead and we can go through that list. I'm rolling Cyberpunk footage. So if we want to start with that.
Oh, definitely.
I mean,
Keanu
wow.
Reeves. How well did they keep that from getting leaked?
Yeah, I'm surprised.
Word. I had heard some rumors about him being interested in video games, but not, oh, he's going to be in one. And, oh, by the way, it's Cyberpunk is what
Right.
he's going to be
The biggest game, he's in it. That's
like,
pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one thing to get him for the game to announce it, but he's actually in the game. That's pretty cool.
Because I had heard, and maybe you guys had too, that he was that they were making a John Wick game. And then, like, isn't there like a mode or something in, like he's in a character here recently in something? Is it Fortnite or?
Yes.
Didn't they
Fortnite
get
used
to
the John Wick. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, that was the rumor. Oh, does this mean there's going to be a John Wick movie? And then here he comes rolling out. I'm in Cyberpunk 2077. I mean, like, that was, wow. Well done, Xbox.
Very well done. I think it looks so good. I mean, we've seen that's the second character stories we've seen. I mean, I know Chad's mentioned about storytelling, but we saw the girl that was played in the part where last year's trailer, and then this year it was this guy called Samurai.
Actually, what they were showing there is in Cyberpunk you can be a male or female. Last year they showed female. This year they showed male. So it's the same character.
Mm-hmm.
It's V.
Same character.
Yeah, the character's name is V.
Okay, I just got where he was called Samurai this time or whatever by Keanu Reeves.
Maybe that was a joke, though.
Yeah.
Or it could be a nickname or something.
Right.
Yeah. On the back of his jacket, it said Samurai, so I don't know.
Could be, because one thing that they talked about is your jacket is actually very, very important. Your jacket is something that you upgrade and stuff. And I think you can, like, join different factions and stuff, and that changes, like, the look of the jacket. So maybe he's a member of the Samurai faction or something, so...
I don't know. Very interesting. I thought Cyberpunk was really, really good.
But yeah, I'll just mention here real quick because I know when Cyberpunk had come up, there were some people in chat that had no idea what that game even was. So the footage that I'm showing you right now is from E3 last year, where they actually did like a 50-minute demo that really showed off the game.
Yeah.
And so basically, Cyberpunk is being made by CD Projekt Red, the same team that did The Witcher, which was the most awarded video game of all time. And so they're basically just taking video games to the next level. I really think that Cyberpunk is going to be the first truly next generation video game.
I agree.
And they're just doing so much with it. It's insane. And this is a big old, open world sandbox game with more detail than anything we've ever seen before.
Yeah, all those buildings you see, they're actually made. You can go into the way they've talked about it, like every building you can walk up and every floor is actually mapped out and stuff. You can actually explore. It's crazy.
That's going to be kind of interesting. They're basically taking The Witcher's open world and putting it in an urban setting, which a lot of people have been talking about. Wouldn't that be cool? So we're going to see how well it works.
Right.
I have to put out the caveat with The Witcher. They had 2 previous games before they got to 3. So they had time to practice.
Right.
1 and 2. And 2 is actually a pretty good game. I didn't play it, but I watched plays, and it was clearly on the edge of what 3 was going to be. But Cyberpunk's going to be their first one. I mean, that is something to think about, whether or not they're going to be able to execute as well as they did in The Witcher 3 when they're coming out the gate. Yes, they're probably taking stuff they took from The Witcher 3, but it's not exactly a 1-to-1 ratio when you're going to this kind of a world. It's not the same. So it'll be interesting to see how well they execute it.
Yeah. And if anybody in chat has any questions about these games we're talking about, just feel free to ask, and we can grab those questions for you. But I don't know, I think Cyberpunk looks absolutely fantastic, and we now have a release date of, did I write that one down? 4/16. 4/16, yeah.
2020.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely more hyped for that. I saw some of the special editions that the guy leaked out there, and it's kind of insane what all like perk things you can get. Like,
I thought you can pre-order it now.
Yeah.
Didn't that pop up? You can
yeah,
pre-order
that was
it
a
now?
leak thing.
So.
Yeah, it was a leak thing. Yeah, it was kind of cool. There's all kinds of statues and everything you can get, plus in-game items, all kinds of crazy stuff. But I think that game really took it for me. I think.
Well, I think we'll go ahead and we'll move on to the game that Alise was talking about a little bit, and that's Outer Worlds, which is Obsidian's new RPG. This is the makers of Coder 2 and Fallout New Vegas, so they have a pretty good track record.
And Pillars of Eternity.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And The Stick of Truth.
Oh, yeah.
Which is a really funny game, just saying.
It is, absolutely. But yeah, we have a release date of October 25th on that, and so let me, hold on, I actually have a schedule that I've been keeping of all the release dates. Where does that put... So actually, that's a good spot for it. There's not much. So you've got Borderlands 3, which is September 13th, Ghost Recon, which is October 4th, and then Death Stranding, which is November 8th. So it's kind of in an area where there's nothing right now.
And this one is September, right?
October
25th.
Okay.
So basically, it's in between Breakpoint and Death Stranding.
So you can get it played before Jedi Fallen Order, Death Stranding, and all those games. So.
Yeah, Fallen Order's November 15th. Yeah,
maybe.
Depends on how big it is. I mean,
True.
the New Vegas, even though it's almost like a DLC standalone game, is freaking huge. So, I mean, if
Well,
you follow the quest
look
lines,
pretty big too because you can go to other planets. It's not
right.
just one planet. So yeah, you're right.
I mean, I expect it to be comparable to Borderlands. So in Borderlands 2 is huge. By the time they got done putting out all the DLC and stuff, and if you do all the side quests and all that stuff, it's huge. So this will be interesting.
It's also going to have replayability. You can go light or dark side kind of with it. I saw that.
Yep,
So
yep. Again.
definitely Oblivion. They put that in there in almost all their stuff. So.
Yep.
Oh yeah. After that, we've got the new game from Ninja Theory, which is Bleeding Edge, a hero shooter. Which I don't know. I don't know if we need another one at this point.
Yeah, I know, right?
Did anybody else catch the little sigh that Kidley just did there?
I know.
Just want to point that out. Okay, moving on.
Yeah. Yeah, because Kid Lee, that was like your big one that last year's game, Ninja Theory, that you really loved.
Oh, yeah.
Hellblade.
Hellblade was great, man. That was so good.
I was really hoping for another one like that, but maybe that's something they said they're working on a couple things, so maybe we'll find out more info later on something, a new project they're doing. So.
Yeah, the thing. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say that being that they got bought by Xbox, they've always been a tiny studio, so maybe now they can actually expand and work on more than one game at a time. I mean, that might be something maybe to keep in the back of your mind, that this is now, and then maybe they're working on something more along the lines of what they normally do.
Yeah. Yeah, I was surprised because they said they've been working on Bleeding Edge for a while, so it's like you're working on that game and Hellblade at the same time. That was kind of interesting.
I definitely post-apocalyptic kind of feel to it. So I think if you like those kind of shooters, I think it's going to be fun. It's going to look. It definitely had that like Borderlands kind of humor type of thing in it. So
yeah,
totally looked like Battleborn. I'm
Yeah.
sorry,
Right.
but it did.
Yeah, it's true.
After that, we had Ori and the Will of the Wisp with a release date of 2/11/20. I don't know if we need to talk about that much at all.
Just looked gorgeous.
Yeah, those games look great, just visually, music-wise too.
Yeah, the music.
If you played, I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
If you played Ori and the Blind Forest, and there's probably some in chat that have. It kind of looks like more of the same, although it kind of looked a little more actiony. So actiony in between your platforming, or more of that kind of fast paced. So the original was kind of Metroid based, right? If I remember what I read. That was the design idea. It kind of looks like they're going more towards that with that faster platforming, dodgy mechanics. So
Well, you definitely those games. They look cute and beautiful, great music, but they actually very challenging too. So
that's what I've heard. Yeah. After that, we had the Minecraft dungeon game. Actually, looked kind of good.
Gauntlet.
Gauntlet.
Yeah,
that's what it is. Gauntlet.
I've never played
Gauntlet,
Minecraft. I have like zero interest in it, but that game actually looked kind of good.
It looked fun. That would look like something you could just join in with friends. Was it couch co-op too?
I thought so. I thought
I wasn't
so.
sure on that one. They did several of
have
their
to
games
look.
were like that. Yeah, I'll have to look on that one. But
I don't want to go on record and say yes, it is couch co-op, but I thought it was couch co-op
they did several other games like that this year. So
because I know my kids can play split screen Minecraft on the Xbox. They were playing it the other day. So if you can do that, I imagine that you can do couch co-op. But again, don't quote me on that.
For those who have never seen this part of the video that I'm showing right now, she's getting a new eyeball installed. You can do that in this game, and you're going to have an out-of-body experience here in a second.
Is that Cyberpunk?
Yeah.
Cyberpunk, yeah.
I'm
all your
playing that.
All your upgrades, you get these different things. It's crazy.
Which very much influenced by Deus Ex. I don't vary. I mean, you do this. You have the same kind of flavor in Deus Ex too, right? With the upgrades and the whatever, and what is society becoming, and blah blah blah. It'll be interesting to see how exactly inspired this game is from Deus Ex.
Yeah. After that, we had the Blair Witch game, which I don't know. Are you guys interested in that at all?
I don't do horror games.
Yeah, I'm surprised you would. I mean, Blair Witch has been. I mean, somebody in chat was talking about like their kids were like 8 and 9, and now they're 24, 25. So it's like, yeah, it's been a while for the Blair Witch movie. So I'm really surprised you would try to put a game on that. But
yeah, kind of weird.
Again, new to you, maybe. Kind of like the Friday the 13th game, right? How many people actually watched that were,
Yep.
Sure.
So.
Next one on the list, they went into sort of the indie games a little bit. We had that Spirit Farrier, which was that sort of side-scrolly one.
Yeah,
It looks like a building game.
Yeah.
Stardew guy kind of thing, yeah. I like that. I thought that was cute.
Mm-hmm.
I would give that a whirl.
Yeah, that's one that I need to know more on. The concept I like, but I'm really curious as to exactly what you're doing in that game. Other than, like, saving the animals or whatever.
Yeah.
After that, we had Battletoads, which I grew up on Battletoads, and I'm totally ready for a new one finally after 20, 30 years, whatever it's been. What, the first one was in probably the 80s on the NES, maybe? Or Sega, one of the two.
Sega, I think maybe Sega, but yeah, it's been a while.
That had a very, very interesting art style. Because I kind of thought that they would go with the original art style, but just kind of update it, but it looks like they went with more of an over-the-top art style with this one.
Was it always that? I didn't have a Sega, so was it that cartoon-like art style, or was it different?
No, this is a new art style.
It was more like almost Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is how it was like similar to that.
It was very kind of, actually almost like Looney Tunes-ish to me. Waiting for that frog to start singing Ragtime Gal with the top hat. I mean, that's totally what I was feeling the whole time that was going on. But
nice.
After
again,
that, we
showing my age.
After that, we had the new flight sim. But the weird thing about this for me is I thought they were already doing these like every year, but apparently not.
I think they'd stopped. I mean, they for a while they were doing like every year, and it's like it's been a while since they've done a new one. So at least one that I've seen like that. I've not even seen one marketed. So it looks really, really good, especially with getting like that 4K graphic look, and I was really impressed by that.
Yeah. I'll have to check with my buddy Jalen. He's actually really, really big into those, so he could tell me what the last one was. Next up on the list was... this game is actually like super popular, and I know a lot of people have been waiting for it. I've never played any of them, but the Wasteland series. So they showed off Wasteland 3, which was kind of an XCOM.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I've never played. I've heard of them, but I've never, because I don't do real time. I don't do RTS games. They're just not my thing. So, but that trailer was quite funny. So,
yeah, I've never played a Wasteland game, and so I didn't, when it was coming on there, I didn't know exactly what it was, and then they came out with the name Wasteland 3, but it looked good. I mean, for somebody that's waiting for a new XCOM game, that would be something that might tide me over a little bit. So.
And actually, I just realized that they didn't show the Gears of War XCOM game.
Oh, they didn't. That's right. Because that was the third one, because they did PopCap was going to be the other one.
Yeah.
Gears of War 5, and they were going to do an XCOM style game.
Yeah.
The co-op.
I wonder if it's been delayed, and that's the reason why they didn't.
Could be.
I mean, or maybe they're going to save it for next year's E3, because it's going to be on next year, but they don't know for sure.
Well, and then it might be really, because what they say, they've got like something in July and something in August. They're going to be talking about more Gears of War stuff.
Yes.
Because I was really surprised. They didn't show any real gameplay at all about it, and it's coming out in September. I was kind of shocked on that one with Gears. But.
Well, they didn't show any gameplay last year either, I don't think.
No.
They just showed cutscenes in a trailer.
Yeah, the cutscene trailer.
So it'll be interesting. I wonder if, since it's a continuation of the story, if you need to play 4 to be able to really understand what's going on in 5. They always say, oh, you can start here, but I can just tell you that for me, like, for example, Dragon Age 3, yes, I bring up Dragon Age whenever I can. you really don't understand. You don't get the full weight of what's going on at the beginning of 3 without playing 2. So I wonder, or are they gonna do? It'd be kind of cool if they could do something like what Borderlands is doing with giving you a DLC. That if you own this game, we'll give you a free DLC for 4, so that you can understand what's going on in 5. That would be pretty awesome if, or 2, or whatever.
Yeah.
You don't have 4 to give you kind of a prequel of what's going on.
Yep. After that, we had the 12-minute game, which looks super interesting.
That concept is what. There was another game out there that I saw recently, and I think it was on Steam, where it's an audio type of game where you go this one room, various rooms, and you try to solve the clue, and you go back and forth with it, and you have to listen to different people's conversations to try to piece together a puzzle or a whodunit kind of thing. But this is just one single room, and it's like you keep going back in time trying to solve it or figure out different paths. So it looked very interesting for being in one room.
Is that game where the main character is blind, so you don't see anything? Is that the one you're talking about?
No, it's not a blind one. It's really a point and click kind of thing. It's very simple graphics at all. The other game, I wish I had the name of it. But it's all based around audio and stuff like that. It's like listening to tapes and stuff, but then you have to piece it together or whatever. But it just made me kind of think of this game.
Now, I don't know if you caught it, Alise, or not, but the 12 minutes, wasn't that from some author or something like that? Or
I don't know. I was too I was too focused on what was going on the screen. I didn't notice any of the extra, like, whatever's. I'd have to rewatch it. I was just like, oh, it's Annapurna. And then I was watching the rest of the game. It wouldn't surprise me any. That sounds very kind of... well, they said it's a playable thriller, right?
Right.
So then that leads you to believe there is a book, and it's an interactive novel of such based on the book, and that would be really cool. I have long since wanted interactive, like, visual novels to up their game and the graphics, and become more wide. What's what I'm looking for? More wider distribution for a larger audience. There's a lot of people who play those, but they're kind of niche. So this will be interesting to see. I'm excited. That's a game that's definitely on my to-do list.
Yeah, I don't think they gave a release date for that, did they?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Let me look that up here real quick.
But it was neat that, like, I was so mesmerized and intrigued on it. Like, oh no, you gotta keep her safe. And then in one shot, she's like dead in the bedroom right next door, and the other one, like, you're tied up with her, and it's like, and I was like, wow, this is cool, because it almost like Detroit Become Human, where all the different scenarios you could be, and so it's like kind of made me think that. But the idea of making a whole game in just one room, that's awesome. That's pretty cool.
Kind of choose your own adventure-ish as well.
Yeah.
Really, very much so. I mean, all RPGs that have choice, they're kind of like that too, but very much with the one room and all the different kind of scenarios you can go through. It'll be interesting to see how they do that.
And I've got to tip my hat to Xbox, letting a game developers go and do something. I mean, you present something to Microsoft, it's like, yeah, I got this idea for a game. You're in one room. How open world is it? It's just one room. How long is it?
Bathroom, it looks like. You got a bathroom right there.
Yeah. It's based on 12 minutes. That's it. 12 minutes? What?
Yeah.
Yeah, the actual write-up on that, I went to their website real quick. It doesn't say much, but yeah. It says you take the role of the husband on what should be a romantic evening with your wife. The night turns into a nightmare when the police detective breaks into your home and accuses your wife of murder and then beats you to death. So.
Wow, beats you to death. So off the bat. What else is there?
Gotta find
Great game, everybody.
Yeah.
Gotta find your way out of it.
Yeah, it reminded me of that. That one game trailer. I pointed out to you guys. We have this game chat that we have going on that my nephew pointed out, and where something happens and then you die, but then you wake back up and you've got to like resolve like how to figure out like so it doesn't happen again. So you try to do a different scenario and stuff like that. It was like this town that was sinking and stuff.
The sinking
all the
city?
fish. Yeah, that's it.
Oh, that's the one we just saw, right? Where did we just see that?
It was a
Trailer.
trailer clip I posted in our chat or whatever.
Oh, that was you.
Yeah.
Oh.
But it gave me that feel because the husband knows like I'm gonna die. There's a guy coming in the door. He's gonna accuse you of murder. So it's like it's happened before. So it's like do you keep waking back up and so you know more about the story and then you have to try to solve it and prevent things from happening. So kind of made me think of that. But it's very intriguing. I like it.
Well, the next game was Way to the Woods, which was the sequel to Bambi, I believe, where you're playing the stag and you're going around and you're beating up pop machines and stuff.
Yeah, teaching Bambi to kill fish and all kinds of things.
Bambi 2.0.
We're going to the subway now. Yeah, that was very weird. That was so weird. The magic antlers that can get you into the subway. So.
Yeah, I don't get it. I'll have to see more. I don't get it.
Yeah.
It's really not I don't think it's my game anyway, but I need to see like what the point of all that is. So
I guess if you got the Game Pass and you're like needing a thing to stream or just kill time, that'd be something to just flip on like, all right, let's go and see what Bambi and his dad do today. Bambi Unleashed. There you go. Nice job, chat.
After that, we had the mystery game that I had heard about, and I've heard that it's massive overseas, but we don't really know anything about it, and that's Crossfire.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna look it up here real quick.
Yeah.
What is this game? Basically, it was just army dudes doing stuff. The video game.
Army dudes doing stuff. The video game.
Crossfire is an online tactical first-person shooter. The game was released in China by Tencent. Figure that.
Of course.
What else?
It looked great, but now how much is that gameplay or that's just cinematic trailer stuff? So,
see, free-to-play first-person shooter featuring two mercenary corporations named Blacklist and Global Risk. They fight each other. An epic global conflict. Players assume the role of either one of the two. Joining an online team must work together to compete objective-based scenarios. So kind of like what's that bloody Tom Clancy game?
Right.
Rainbow Six Siege.
Rainbow Six. Yeah.
There's also a wave mode, like a horde mode. There's a zombie mode apparently. 16 players and 8-person teams. Players will progress and be promoted through military ranks beginning at trainee. Highest rank is marshal. The ability to customize characters, equipment, and appearance. Blah, blah, blah. So.
Interesting.
Okay.
So, yeah, I can already see this already. People yelling at other players, taking their rank, and they don't know how to play the game, and yada, yada, yada. Perhaps they're more polite.
Perhaps. So it's for part of that, it's like it's co-op, but then the other part, it's like you're competing against the other faction and other players, or is it just PvE? I wasn't quite sure on that.
Apparently, this has been out a long time because I just found a video on YouTube from 2010.
Whoa.
Wow.
Let's see if I can find something newer than this. Based on the 2010 video, it looks like CSGO.
That's kind of interesting.
So that's a dated game. So dated graphics. Doesn't look nearly as good as the trailer.
I was going to say, the trailer looked impressive.
I was going to say, they clearly needed to appeal to some Western style, high fidelity graphics tastes.
Okay,
Wow.
This looks like a game from 15 years ago.
Swoot or Evan just gave the specs on the Xbox Scarlet. That's pretty impressive, actually.
I want to know how many teraflops it has.
Yes, we need teraflops. That was not mentioned at all, by the way.
It's because everybody made fun of him last time they did it.
RTX was not mentioned at all.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah,
Someone
Oh,
said
yeah,
RTX.
yeah,
It was
that's right.
Wastelands.
It was mentioned in the they were talking about the tech spec. That's right, of the Scarlet project.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
Oh,
both the new
okay. I'm
machines are
sorry.
gonna have
You're
ray
talking
tracing.
about the ray tracing,
Swoto's
not
he's
RTX.
joking around. He was just joking around. I thought you actually had. Don't raise my spirits like that, man. Don't get me up. This is EC3. I swallow leaks and rumors like cotton candy, man.
And then the final game I had on my list is the Elden Ring from George R.R. Martin.
Great cutscene trailer, but I have no idea what that is.
Exactly.
I mean, great. I like him as a writer, but it could be anything.
Yeah.
And there's good things. There's good things and bad things with having someone like that writing your game.
Expectations.
I mean, brought up, and I'm just trying to double check and make sure that I am not forgetting, but who we saw this. Okay, yeah. So I brought up Kingdoms of Amalur, right? And the big name writer on that one was R.A. Salvatore, if you remember. And it was they did all this stuff and whatever, and I heard that the fact that that person was on it and the story was so convoluted was a bit of an issue for development because they had so much stuff to try and get into the game. And then they were making that MMO off of that was supposed to be affiliated or whatever with it. So I hope, obviously you've got the same kind of possibility there.
Yeah, that Kingdoms of Amalur, that was the one where you were actually dead and you had to work your way up through like the dungeon thing. I'm trying to remember right. So I think I did part of a beta testing for some of that game. I think that's where, and I'm sure Check and a Reckoning or something like that. But
I do believe you die and then you
that's where the
have to run around and like solve things. And I don't remember. It was a hack and slash game. I own it. I just haven't played it yet. The combat looks really cool, but that's not what we're talking about here.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's all I can remember, really. That's all I know so far, and that it was an open world game.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Go ahead.
I was almost wondering if the way the story and they had showed different like fighters and stuff, was it going to be kind of a Sekiro or Dark Souls type of game? I don't know.
I mean, the studio would lead you to believe that, right?
Right.
I hope not. I mean, how many Souls-like games do we have? I mean, we're going to talk about hero shooters. Let's talk about that. I would so rather, of course, being that I'm an RPG player, I would rather see an RPG from the writer of Game of Thrones. That to me seems like, or even an action RPG would be another really good one.
Yeah, and I think that's what you're going to get. So I've been trying to research it, and there's virtually no info out there. And what is out there is actually in Japanese. The From Software Twitter just says action RPG. That is it.
Well, that makes me happier than, hey, well, but what is Dark Souls is what, an action RPG too?
I was going to say it probably classifies as
I think it is.
action RPG. And actually, Sekiro, it has a lot of good story in it. I haven't played it myself, but just watching a lot of people stream it from the beginning to the end, there's a lot of story to it, but it's definitely high skill level type of gameplay kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That's the hardest game I ever played.
Yeah.
That game's nuts.
Mm-hmm. And it's definitely just the conversation. It's just not as accessible as other games would be. People get intimidated and don't buy the game. And that's fine if that's what your goal. But when you come out and say, "Oh, George R.R. is writing this,"
A ton of people are going to want to play it.
That's
Yeah.
a lot of people who are, after watching Game of Thrones, are like, "Oh." I just don't know why you would go down that path to make a kind of a niche game. Even though Dark Souls is a very popular niche game, it is certainly not, I don't think, as big as maybe some might think.
And the other one, Chat mentioned it too, Phantasm Star 2. That is coming. The big
the big
Phantasy Star Online too. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
We kind of thought
MMO.
was. Yep.
Did you look and see what the graphics look like for that too, kid? I can't remember.
For the Phantasy Star Online.
Uh-huh.
I can look real quick.
Pretty much look like Final Fantasy almost.
Yeah, but that was the cutscene. That game has been around for a while, right? It's influenced other games, so I just wonder how old it is.
Oh yeah, Phantasy Star Online came out initially in 2012.
Yep.
And that's been a big theme over about the last 5 years. Is all of the Korean and Japanese MMOs. They just eventually make their way over here.
And they're good to pick up because it's numbers. It's
generally they don't last too long. Like I think probably the best one as far as success has been BDO here the last few years.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Blade and Soul, though, I think is still going. I just don't know how big it is.
Yeah, I
but
don't
with
know.
Tyrion going down, that was the other one, right? Which one is that? I'm having a senior moment again.
Sorry, which one?
Tyrion Games or Tryon, however you say their name, that is no longer in the studio, that's no longer around. They did Rift, and what was the other one? There was a Japanese MMO or Korean MMO they brought over with that too. You know what I'm talking about?
Terra something.
I don't think it's Terra. It's another one. I can see it.
Terra Lisa or what? Taberlosa or
no, that game got canceled.
Tabula
Rasa. That was Richard Garriott.
Yep.
I'm looking that one up here real quick too. They've got they had Atlas Reactor, which got shut down. They have Arcade Rift and Defiance 2050. That's it.
Oh.
So it must have been what I'm thinking of then is it's not Arcade, right? That's the dinosaurs.
No, that's
Arc Evolved, yeah.
Oh,
that's a different game.
So it must be Arcade then, right?
Yeah, Arcade, yeah. The graphics on Phantasy Star Online 2 actually pretty decent. I would say it's online, or it's on par with the Final Fantasy MMO, maybe a tad better. But yeah, it looks all right. Very fast paced, very fast. Looks like the combat uses a limited action set. I don't know. Might give it a try. But then they wrapped things up with Halo, which is a game that they've shown for 2 years now, and we don't know anything about it. So it's like, yay, another awesome Halo cinematic. We've got like 1 million of those. So it looked good, but we don't know anything about it. There's still a lot of rumors that Halo Infinite is it's going to be like an Anthem. It's going to be a games as a service.
Yeah.
So
that's what I've heard.
We'll see.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Whatever. Be interesting. I think if I don't know, it could be good, and then again, it could not. I just would like, if they're gonna tie it into something like that, please have it front loaded with a lot of single player story for Master Chief, and have that. And then if you want to do the other stuff on top of it, that's fine.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But that would mean it would have to be a theme park, not a sandbox. And
yeah,
I mean, that seems to be the direction everybody's moving away from. But whatever. I hope that I know way more people who play Halo single player than who have ever gotten into they had the like multiplayer one a couple of years ago, right? A few years ago. I don't know anybody who plays that one.
So now on the screen chat, I'm showing this is Phantasy Star Online 2. Just so you can kind of see what it looks like. They're beating up a tank right now, so why not?
Kicking the crap out of that tank, by the way. That's pretty fast paced.
Yeah, very quick.
Good grief.
So out of all the games that we got to see, and chat, I'll have you guys do this as well. What would be your top 3 from the Microsoft conference?
Top 3. Go ahead, Alise.
Oh, wow, I got top 10.
Ah.
Outer Worlds. I'm intrigued about that new From Software game. I'm intrigued about Cyberpunk. I've not played any of their games, personal choice. But if it's cool and the story is cool, I might be tempted, but I would like to also hear that they're not doing bad things to their developers. So we're gonna move on from that.
No switch ups.
Yeah, and actually, Psychonauts.
Psychonaut, yeah.
I'm interested. I like the studio. I like their stuff. Grim Fandango, right? I'm not getting myself confused, right? Same.
Yep.
Love that game.
Yep.
So
actually, I'm gonna modify what I just said. Your top 3 that are not Cyberpunk, because we can just all say Cyberpunk. So.
Cyberpunk's number 1 all the way.
Well, I have 2 that aren't. God, I was like so overwhelmed. It's hard to like pull back that. So those are those 2. Those I don't know. I'll have to think about the third one. I'm tapping JT in. Come in and take over. I'm past it.
I think I've got it with at least 2 Outer Worlds. I'm very excited for that game. I got back on single player RPGs with my Assassin's Creed. I'm hoping that that will continue with Outer Worlds. It looks really good. I got a lot more choices. I can do replayability. I'm so looking forward to that one. The other thing, it's not really a game, but for me, it opens up a whole library with the Game Pass for PC. So there's going to be a lot of things I can go back and play that I haven't been able to play because I didn't have an Xbox. So, that opens up all the Halo stuff, which Halo's going to be on Steam too. So,
yeah. Here's super quick chat. What I'm showing you right now, this is Crossfire.
Are you showing the dated graphics?
that is basically CS:GO.
Yeah.
Wow.
From like 10 years ago, yeah.
So they just they just stole CS:GO. Wow, seriously.
I can do my last one. It's not this next year, but I am super excited about a new Lego Star Wars game.
Yeah.
So if it's the whole movie series with the last one, because did they say a release date? I don't remember, but if they're including the last movie in that.
Oh, they did. Wasn't it coming out?
It's the Star Wars saga or whatever I think it's called.
Yeah, Skywalker saga. I'd have to say they got everybody with that though. A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
Yeah.
I was pulled in like, uh-oh. There was rumors of the other Star Wars game. I thought, did Microsoft pull the big coup? And then it still looks good. Lego Star Wars is good. All those games are great. And speaking of Legos, actually, the Forza update, I thought it looks fun. You're combining the Legos with the cars. It's like, I like the fact that Xbox is letting their developers have the freedom to do stuff. I mentioned it with the 12 minutes and stuff like that. So letting their developers have those freedom to do things. So I would put the Forza Horizon as one that I know it's just an update to their thing, but they're kind of keeping that as a game for service. So it's almost like running a new thing out. So I I might give that a shot to check out the new Forza Horizon.
Yeah.
Third one, I actually will go with the what was it, the Farer game? Was it the? I kind of like that. Spiritfarer. I kind of like that one. It very gave me a side scroller kind of thing. I definitely want to check it out and find out because it looks like a game that could be used on the Xbox, PC, and maybe mobile too. So that's kind of interesting. So I'll probably give that a check out on the ones for me. And of course Halo, but we didn't get to see much of Halo, so I can't really say anything about it, unfortunately.
Yeah.
All right, tapping you, kid.
All right. I'm going to throw on some Borderlands 3 gameplay for you.
Oh.
So my top 3 that are not Cyberpunk, I'm going to have to go with Outer Worlds because, like we said earlier, Obsidian has an incredible track record for making incredible games. So I have faith that that game is going to be at least interesting. So that's going to be a cool one for October 25th. From there, I'm going to go... Actually, 12 minutes. That game looked really interesting. I want to know more about that, so I'll have that on the list.
That's my honorable mention, so I'm down with you.
And then I'll go... And I'm going to throw out... Because, again, they showed Borderlands. They showed Dying Light 3, or Dying Light 2. They showed Star Wars. I'm throwing those out, because those are all going to be great. So I'm going to go, for my third one, I'll go with... Actually, you know what? I'll go way to the woods. Because I want to see what the deer RPG is like.
Oh, good job.
Nice.
I'm going to give you claps for going off the beaten path. You go, man.
You have to stream that now. That's a stream game.
I mean, it's kind of funny that all three of us kind of didn't take the obvious ones, Jedi and Borderlands and all that stuff, because all those games should be good. I think we're probably all thinking they should be good, and we're all obviously going to play those. So yeah.
I'm surprised in Call of Duty, Modern Warfare. Not even trailer.
Oh yeah.
I was really surprised that they're going to do a new Modern Warfare to begin with, but then not to have a trailer at Xbox, and Sony's not going to be here. So that's, I don't know if that's a good thing or not.
Yeah, but are they going to do it at BlizzCon?
It could be, but usually though they pop in at E3, so I don't know.
That is true, but usually who does it. I remember 2 years ago when we had Modern Warfare. That's the one with the spaceships and stuff, right? Don't play the series, right?
Yeah.
That was at the Sony press conference.
But this one will be the first one with cross-platform. Is their big thing on?
I know, but I mean, Blizzard's a hot mess right now. I mean, Activision Blizzard's a hot mess now.
That's true.
They just had that whole thing where they took one studio off, put another one in as lead on this whole thing. They might not have had time to get a trailer up for this, and then with Sony not being there, maybe they just said, "Screw it, we're not worried about it this year." I don't know. Or
right.
Hey, we're going to be at BlizzCon. We'll just worry about it then. Or TwitchCon.
Yep.
Which I don't know if that's coming too, but I mean, it could be that too. So I don't know. I'm just throwing stuff out there, but.
Well, here real quick, I'm actually going to go ahead and pull up the E3 schedule here real quick because we are just getting started on this. We have another one yet today, everybody. Bethesda, 7:30 p.m. Central. Monday, we got PC Gaming Show, Ubisoft, and Square, and then we'll wrap things up on Tuesday with Nintendo. So we've got, 2 hours until Bethesda, so...
Thank God.
Yeah. We're probably going to take a bit of a break here and then come back for that one. And once again, we'll do a pre-show and stuff, so we'll be a little bit before that 7:30 p.m. Central. So the last thing I'll ask you guys before we wrap this up is, if you were to give this conference a rating, 1 to 10, what's your rating?
I would have to give it 8.5, almost 9. I think Microsoft last year, they bought all the studios. Everybody's like, where are the games? They brought the games this year. I mean, that was almost, like I said, it was 3 or 4 games before Phil even came out. and I think that's good. I think that's what they need to do. They didn't bore us with all tech stuff and everything like they did the last couple of times. They just brought the games to let the devs talk a little bit about them, but it's basically showing the games off. So I think that's what they need to do.
Yep. How about you, Alise?
I was going to say almost exactly the same thing as JT. If I remember correctly, Microsoft was in the top 3 last year for me. So they certainly aren't worse than what they were last year. I would give it an 8 so far because we have a whole bunch of, we still have at least 3 potential, or 2, 3 that are usually really good. So I feel like an Olympic judge where, like the second or third ranked world champion is like number 2, and you've got all these people behind them that you're like not sure if they're gonna come up and challenge. So I would definitely give them a strong 8, maybe an 8.5 to a 9. But I want to, before I go on record, I want to see what Bethesda and Ubisoft are bringing.
Keanu Reeves made 2 points at least. Just himself.
Oh,
That's
by
2 points
far.
there. Yeah.
And they should get at least a half a point for being able to keep that from leaking. This is the leakiest E3 I've ever seen.
This is the leakiest E3, and to keep that under wraps.
Yeah.
That's two or 3 points right there. So
Yeah.
nice.
And Cyberpunk, like, also not talking about it either, and like managing to get Keanu Reeves. I don't think he's ever been in a video game before. And John Wick just came out and is doing well. I mean, like,
Perfect timing. Could you imagine what they'd be doing right now if John Wick 3 bombed? Oops. Keanu, about that whole gameplay thing. We've replaced your face.
Yeah.
How about you, kid?
I'm pretty much lining up with you guys on this one, and that's I'll go 8 out of 10 on this one. I don't know if there's going to be another conference this E3 that will be able to beat this one. Ubisoft has a slight chance to beat it, and maybe the PC gaming show if they really come out with some crazy stuff, but I don't think Bethesda's going to beat it, and I don't think Square or Nintendo is going to beat it either. I think Nintendo, I think they've burned too much of their stuff because they've already had a couple Pokemon Directs and stuff like that, and so I thought it was kind of funny. Some of you in chat we're saying that Microsoft was a below 5. If you thought this one was a below 5, then you're going to hate the other ones. So
yeah.
So we're gonna.
For me, just for people to understand, it's not just the games that they show. For me, it's also presentation.
Yes.
It's a show.
Yep.
I mean, they could do this just as easy on a YouTube channel. And every single one of these studios and publishers has their own YouTube channels and Twitch streams. They could have just sat there and just pushed buttons.
Yep.
But it's a presentation, and this presentation was good. Now,
Very
Bethesda does present very well.
As does Ubi.
So, and as does Ubi. So we'll see. I'm leaving it. I'm giving them a little artistic style room to wiggle. But yeah, I'm with you. This is the show to beat so far for me.
Actually, the whole thing with the Gears of War, the under the stage thing, I thought that was really good. That was something they didn't have to do, and that's very Sony-like, and Microsoft did it. So
they had a car on stage too, like a Lego car.
Lego
car.
Built
Lego car. Yeah.
How long did Phil take to get that built, by the way?
I don't even want to think about that.
He just calls up.
He just called somebody up to do it.
He calls up McLaren. He's like, "Can you guys build me a Lego car?" And they'll be like, "Sir, it's gonna cost like $5 million." He's like, "Done."
Done.
Do
well,
it.
I mean, it's how many millions to do that?
Yeah.
According to Bethesda, it's like $1 million just to have a display at PAX. So, I mean, I don't even want to think about how much that is. A press conference at E3 is.
Yep. All right, cool. So I think we'll go ahead and wrap things up right there. We've got exactly 2 hours before the next one starts, so we're going to jump off and take a break, and we'll see everybody in just a couple hours for the next one.
Sounds good.
And then, like I said, we got 3 tomorrow, so tomorrow's a crazy day.
Bye.
All right, guys. So, like
See
I
you
said,
later.
We'll take a quick break, and we'll see you guys just in a few minutes or a few hours, whatever. All right, see you guys.